I've lived long enough to see Get Low go from a band song at the middle school dance to the song that they play at the Kings game.
Get
stadium.
Low? The Lil Jon?
Get Low, yeah.
Lil Jon?
Yeah. Or it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. This is The Mud Peddlers, a podcast where two nerdy ceramic artists share the behind the scenes of their worlds of clay. We are your hosts, Lindsey M Dillon.
And I am Donte of Earth Nation.
Anyway, welcome to The Mud Peddlers.
When I was a kid, that song was pretty much porn.
Yeah.
Like the music video itself, I was like, oh, I'm a man now. I saw it and I was like, I know what I'm into now.
That's kind of nice.
10-year-old Donte.
Aw, precious.
5-year-old.
Alright, so welcome back to The Mud Peddlers.
We're gonna peddle some mud.
We're gonna peddle some mud. We're gonna take the mud. We're gonna turn it into rock. Then we're gonna put some glass on the rock. And then we're gonna drink out of it. I promise I won't be this way for the whole episode.
It's fine.
I'm just amping myself
totally
up.
I'm gonna get there. I have Vietnamese coffee, so
hell yeah.
I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
But I think it's real milk. I don't think it's...
Oh, no.
Yeah, so there might be, like, hyper fart Donte.
Oh, dear. All right, well, if anything comes out during the episode, I'll try and edit it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, that's gross. So we are talking about, or rather, I am interviewing you about ClayCon West, because if you didn't see already on my Instagram posts or on Donte's videos or posts, I unfortunately got some manner of con plague after SAC Anime, so I was too sick to go on the trip to ClayCon West, which I was bummed about, but I'm also very glad I did not go because I ended up being sick in bed for like 10 days.
It wasn't COVID, though.
No, it wasn't COVID.
Which is the crazy thing.
Yeah, I tested twice, and it's like, I was lucky because it wasn't like, for those whole 10 days, I was like, dying. It really, like, it felt like a flu for about like 3 days.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the days was just me being like, oh, maybe I have more energy today. Oh, I made a sandwich and now I'm exhausted. You know, like,
damn.
Time to lay back down and keep watching Game of Thrones.
I think I got sick. I have a really bad habit of pushing through stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I think I got sick for maybe a day or a half a day after the con. Because I do recall us drinking from the same cup.
Yeah.
And then I got sick for like half a day or a day, and then I was just like, well, time to mix some Sprite with some like NyQuil and see what it does.
Oh, God.
And then I just sipped on that for the whole day. And then I woke up and I was like, damn, I feel good. I feel extra good for some reason.
I wish that worked for me.
And then, you wrap yourself in enough blankets and you sweat it out. I did the caveman thing.
Oh, yeah,
and then I was fine for the next, and then, I got on the flight.
Good.
But you couldn't go to ClayCon West.
Yeah.
Because of it. I'm so sorry.
I left Donte alone. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. The flight wasn't that bad, but because you didn't cancel, you didn't say you weren't going.
Right. Early enough, because I literally like texted you because I was trying to see like, maybe I'll be okay.
Nope.
And so
you were not okay.
I was not okay,
No,
and nor was I not okay enough within the timeline to get those flight tickets refunded.
No.
Admittedly, Delta, we probably could have gotten those on the way back.
Yeah.
Considering that, like, we knew I wasn't coming back because I didn't go.
Right.
But I also I was just brain dead. I wasn't thinking, dude. It was post-SAC Anime. I was like, my brain's done. I put in all my stress and all my effort into that, and then now we're done.
I've also realized that the things that you and I watch, especially like anime-wise, is not for the general public.
How do you mean?
I was watching Food Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but you say yeah, but like when you watch it in public, it is people eating food. And then,
God, you're
and then
right.
Like coming.
Oh my God, that's right, because you ended up watching Food Wars at ClayCon West. Okay, hold on. We need to back up.
Yeah, we should back up.
Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, first of all, to preface all of this, I want to say my shop right now, earthnationceramics.com, is empty. There is no product up there. I'll have a upload for y'all in the next probably 2 months. Please keep posted. And Lindsey, do you have anything coming?
Oh yeah. We're doing a beginning of the episode kiln plug.
Yeah, kiln plug.
Kiln plug.
Oh damn, son, it's hot in there.
So take off all your clothes.
Oh.
I am getting so hot.
No, why?
I'm gonna take my clothes. Okay, I'm sorry.
No more Nelly for you.
All the Nelly.
No more Reddit access.
I don't even have a Reddit.
Where are you getting it from then?
I don't know.
4chan?
Memories. all alone in the moonlight. I'm sorry.
I don't even know that song.
It's from Cats.
The play?
Yeah.
I've
You know what? One of these days, I'm gonna force feed you some edibles and we're gonna watch Cats. Anyway, there was a point to this. Also, I'm running off of 5 hours of sleep because I went to bed at 4:30 playing modded Skyrim, and then my brain decided that like 9:30 in the morning was a good time to wake up and think about my plans for retirement.
Modded Skyrim is the best because you can hit the kids.
Dude, oh my god, you're right.
Yes.
I don't have that mod. I have all kinds of other mods. But we'll have to save that for a Night Peddlers episode.
For sure.
Yes. But we should probably preface with what ClayCon West is in case folks are listening to this episode for the first time.
Okay, so you guys remember when we went to NCECA last year, right? It's basically a big conference of ceramic and potters and you don't have to be professional, but it's like it's more like a big conference and meetup of potters and ceramic artists, and the companies come and like schools come to try and recruit people for artist
various programs, artist residencies.
Exactly, it's huge. NCECA's huge,
and it's not just in the particular convention building where the main convention's being held. It's also kind of becomes a citywide thing.
It has roots to other like studios. Yeah,
like other galleries and other ceramic, supply stores and everything. Anyway, we'll have shows and events and other things kind of in conference with.
Said the thing.
I said the thing. My pinky's up right now.
Fancy.
Indeed. In conference with NCECA. So
a good example of that is in Sacramento we had NCECA, I think in 2022. Or something like that? Or 2021? Whichever one of those
it was
years.
2022.
Yeah.
Because last year is 2023.
Right.
And last year is when we went to Ohio.
Right.
Yes, okay.
And so we have Alpha Fired Arts here in Sacramento. So Alpha Fired Arts being its own kind of secluded studio. Stuff where you can buy like ceramic art supplies and clay and chemicals and it has its own studio, things of that nature. They have a little section where they said, hey, for NCECA, we're going to try and feature some artists' work. And then you go there and they have like a little party with, of course, wine and cheese and, things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
So NCECA does that. That's kind of how NCECA is. ClayCon West is just a West Coast version of NCECA that is generally much smaller. I think the occupants this year were like 400 people.
Yeah, that's real small, like compared to...
NCECA.
Yeah, NCECA, if I had to guess, probably 10,000 plus?
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily 10,000 plus. Here's a good example of this is that I got recognized, quote unquote, like once every 3 hours.
I would say even more frequently than that. When we were walking around the conference hall at NCECA.
Oh, I mean at ClayCon West.
ClayCon West.
ClayCon West
okay.
Like at NCECA, we couldn't take like 30 steps.
Yeah.
Without someone being like, I'm making the, but yeah.
Oh my God. So berating
sorry.
your fans.
I just don't think I'm as cool as they think I am.
I get that you're making it in a self-deprecating way, but it sounds like you're being mean to your followers who are excited to see you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean to you personally, followers who like my work.
Yeah.
But I've seen art gods. So when they're like, "You're one of them," I'm like, "No, I might be a demi at best." At best. But I've been to the Pantheon, my guy. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So ClayCon West overall much smaller, and tell us about the people that you stayed with this year.
So there seems to be, and I'm convinced we're in the cool house.
Also, actually, before that, where is ClayCon West? Also, I'm going to be asking a lot of questions that I actually know the answers to.
Of course.
But I'm just in interview mode today, so...
Yeah, that's fine. So ClayCon West is in St. George, Utah. Mm-hmm. And...
it's there every year, right?
I think it's there every year, and it's there every year because it's sponsored by the Tilted Kiln. Oh! The Tilted Kiln is a studio owned by the Bots. And it's Joe and his wife. I'm blanking on all their names right now. I'm so sorry. But there's a studio called the Tilted Kiln, and they're the ones who organized this conference. That's
cool. Okay, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
They had
Hell
a giant party.
Tilted Kiln.
We went there. They had a little, party, and it was cool. It was cool.
So the folks you stayed with?
The folks that I stayed with are the folks that we basically stayed with at NCECA, which, Nico and the gang, gang. And they trade people out every now and then. I think the first year that we went with them, we were the trade-outs.
Aww.
But I think we've been adopted into the group, so they just assume that we're going to go at least once a year to one trip with them.
Oh, okay.
Either ClayCon West or in Sika.
Gotcha.
Right? And they are in the YouTube videos, by the way. If you watch the video on YouTube, you will see part of my journey. There's only 2 videos. I had to cram 4 days into 2 separate videos.
Nah, that's
right?
I think that's very fair. That's very fair.
Yeah, because there wasn't a lot of content after the second day, which kind of goes into the experience. Is when you get there, there's a room, and the room has an outside perimeter of like all the companies. You see that, and you go to the companies, and Aardvark's there, and Amico was there, and Laguna was there, and
Did they still have the kind of really big displays that they had like at Insika?
They were smaller. They were probably half the size.
Oh, okay.
Right, so like Bluebird was there, the ones who are making the new green. I want one so bad.
The new what?
Solnier.
Soldner?
Solnier?
I think it's
Sojourner? Oh, we're messing it up.
No, because it's based off of Paul Soldner. The
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought they named it after. That's just me though.
Oh.
I thought it was like an ode to
Soldier Boy.
No.
I'm just like, what? Where are you going?
I thought it was like a Sojourner Tale thing. I thought that they just.
Oh, like Sojourner Truth.
Yes.
Oh, I got.
I thought it was like part of her tale.
I got you. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. It's based off of Paul Soldner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm dumb, so my bad.
No. I mean, that's a very understandable.
Well, they're making this new wheel, and I think the brand is Bluebird. I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I want one so bad.
Really?
So bad.
Tell me why.
Because Yoshio, my teacher, had one.
Oh.
And he swore by them, and I worked on his wheel one time, and I was like, this is the tits.
Really?
This
How much of a difference is there? Like,
It's the pedal is just better. I don't know how to explain it.
Oh.
So I work on a creative industries wheel, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have like a creative industries Model C,
Mm-hmm.
which is like not Model A, but it's big. It's like half the size of this table, maybe. It's like this big.
yeah, it has a really wide, like a working table space kind of thing.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, what I think in the 70s, don't quote me, but essentially what happened is the wheel companies figured out that most of these schools were buying these wheels, and so they started making newer models that were slimmer and tighter and more fit, with less space
to fit more students within a certain classroom
and to sell more, so that the school can get more. You know what I mean?
Yes,
it's just a money flow type of thing.
Yeah.
But my wheel was made in the days where they didn't care much about space; they just wanted you to have comfortability on your work. So my wheel head is plastic. I have a lot of space. I have a drain hole.
Wait, your wheel head is plastic?
My wheel head is plastic. It is in fact warped.
The actual
Yes.
thing that you throw the
Lord.
clay on
Mm-hmm.
is plastic?
Yes, Lord. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh my god.
Next time you come over, I'll show you. It is 100% plastic.
Oh my god, that's wild.
And it has a little bump in it, too. Ooh. And I think that's why they stopped making them that way. This is just conspiracy, right? But I think they stopped making them that way because they have little undulations and bumps based on use and heat and things that matter.
Sure, yeah.
People use heat guns on them. The plastic, of course, warps. Right? But, like, metal doesn't really do that.
Right.
So, also, I can't take my wheel head off like a lot of, like yours.
Yeah.
Can't do that with mine.
Mine actually can't.
No?
I mean, it's supposed to be able to, but it's...
Oh, you clogged.
It's stuck.
Oh, man.
It's bad.
That's...
Yeah.
Never take it off.
Nah.
That's like when people leave the pins in the wheel because everybody uses bats on the...
No, I used to take it off. I used to take it off and clean it and stuff, but then I don't know, it got stuck. Anyway, that's beside the point.
Okay, no,
but
you're right. Yeah.
So you want to get this new wheel because it's what Yoshio had, and so this clay company was there along with others.
Along with Mako, along with Clay Planet was there. US Pigment wasn't there. They were there in Sika, which was sad because I love them. A lot of people were there. Like, all the main companies seemed to be there, but it kind of seemed like they sent a representative there.
Not in a bad way, but they sent the B team kind of.
That's kind of how it felt, to be honest.
Okay.
But also, when I went to Nsika, it was kind of like they had a team going.
Yeah.
But when I went to ClayCon West, they were like, "You one person has to go."
Oh, okay.
To represent us in some fashion.
Gotcha.
In a show of good faith.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was cool. And then in the middle of the circle, right?
How big was the area?
Oh man, I would say, I don't know how many square feet. Maybe 700 square feet round.
Okay.
It wasn't very large.
Yeah.
Like, if you took, maybe even 1,000 square feet, but if you took a high school cafeteria of space, depending on the high school.
Yeah.
Right? But in a circle. And in the inside of the circle, like in the center, are artists.
Oh.
Right? So we had a bunch of artists in there, and they would sell their work, and these are the artists that are usually giving presentations at the same time.
Okay.
So each and every one of those artists would give a presentation, and every presentation went into one of two rooms, and every presentation was about an hour and a half long. So for me personally, because I think some people would love this, for me personally, what happened is I went in, I bought what I was going to buy. I bought a cup from Yael, one of my favorite artists, and I'll tell you about her later. But
okay, yeah.
I've been hunting her for years.
What's her Instagram?
Oh man, okay, hold on.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll edit this dead time.
Thank you. I'll find it right meow too.
Right meow.
Right meow.
Right meow. See, we need to watch cats. It's meant to be.
I'll spell it real quick.
Okay.
Yaelbraha.
Okay.
And then it's just her name and then .ceramics is her Instagram tag.
Okay, cool.
Pretty much. It should be the only thing, but I've been hunting her for so long. Her work, her dimensions are just like better. You know what I mean? Because I think most of us as ceramic artists just make round, and then we make kind of round with walls, which is square from a certain angle.
Yeah.
Right? But she understands the depth of dimension on some level. She has a huge background in three-dimensional art.
Cool.
And she's not afraid to make mistakes in the pursuit of finding out which one works and which one doesn't work for what shape and what. And so I bought one of her cups for like $80.
Hell yeah.
And it was great, and I'm drinking out of it. Not right now, but I am at home. And she has that raw work style that I like.
Oh, yes.
You know, where you glaze the inside to make it food safe, and you leave the outside kind of raw.
Unglazed.
Exactly. Yes, yeah. And the bottom's great, and her work's just fantastic. So I got to meet her. That was fantastic.
Oh.
Everyone kind of had their own time in the spotlight. But for me, and I will reiterate this because it sounds negative, and if ClayCon West is listening to this right now, please don't hang me. Just, it felt kind of like I went into a room, bought my stuff, met the artists, and then I went into an hour-and-a-half class. And then there's nothing really else to do except for go to another hour-and-a-half class. And then I went to another hour-and-a-half class. And then I went to another hour. And so by the end of the day, I went to like 6 hours worth of presentations.
Yeah.
Before I went to bed on the first day. And then I got up, and the same companies and people were there the second and third day. So I was like, well, I guess I'll go to more classes.
Yeah.
And so I just went to like 12 hours worth of classes. And
which can be really great. I mean, again, it sounds like, you know, again, because I think we're both agreeing that, like, obviously I wasn't there, so I can't say, but, like,
yeah, it's
not like you're wanting to be like, oh, ClayCon West didn't have enough. It's just, no, it's an intentionally smaller convention to facilitate, like, it seems like it's made to be smaller so that it's not so overwhelming as in Sika can potentially be.
It's far more focused.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like, I think you would have really liked it.
Yeah.
But you would have liked it 2 more classes than I liked it.
Yes. Like, I think, like, because I think, like, I tend to get kind of worn out from, like, walking around a bunch at conventions and, like, having all the sensory input and, like, all the conversations. Like, sitting and watching presentations would not, I don't think, have been too exhausting. But I don't know. I mean, it would have been interesting. My biggest thing is I'm sad that I didn't get to see Jordu Shell, because, like, he's the main reason that I wanted to, like, he's, like, the main artist I wanted to see, because he's someone who, like, I've been following him, not super, super closely, but, like, I've been following his work for years, because he was someone that I realized, like, oh, there's ceramic artists who work in the film and video game industries.
100%.
Like, and so it was like, oh my God. So I really, really am bummed, because I wanted to pick his brain about what it's like to kind of sit in between those two industries. But I'm really glad I didn't go, because I was sick.
I'll say this now, and I think it's just a point that I want people who are listening to this to realize, and I know that you're in agreement with it, but and I've said this before, but, like, every media that you most likely enjoy, other than maybe little snippets, and even that's an extent, like your favorite video game and your favorite movies and your favorite TV shows, have a team of artists behind them, usually. And I say usually because I'm looking at the 2% that's going to go, actually, I made a TikTok the other day, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or, like, it's like AI art or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. And, like, not only do they need support and they need to be paid a fair wage in order to keep on making the content that you like, I think people have this disconnect in between what artists do for them on an everyday basis in society and what they experience. Because when I watch, like, my favorite anime, my brain goes, haha, Japanese cartoon's funny. But realistically, there's, like, voice actors and they're artists. And there are people who draw the animations and they're artists. And even if you watch, like, what's TV called that are not cartoons?
Live action?
Yeah, live action, but, like, Big Brother style.
I don't know.
Reality TV. Even reality.
Oh, Big Brother. I was thinking Big Mouth. No,
those are straight up cartoons.
Yeah. I'm like, that is a cartoon, my dude.
Well, even something like reality TV has a team or a cast behind it, and they are artists in their own craft that just
do the editing and do the
100%. So even if you're like, I don't, yes you do, right? And so you have to respect that. And so these people on this stage were a piece of that puzzle, and I loved listening to them, and I liked the information they gave, and it was very useful. I just don't think it was personally for me. I think if you're going to this convention, you're looking at one artist and you're like, I need to see them work. For you, it was Jordu, you know, but like for me, I was like, I'm just kind of going to get, I don't know, not like content or exposure, or like to shake hands with a new company or something and get in with them. I was, after the second day, I was done. Yeah, and there wasn't a lot of space to walk. So I walked in kind of like a circle. It was because on the second day I was so toasted. I was in the corner listening to like the new 21 Savage album. And like people would be like, right,
like
and
waving,
and then I'd take my headphone out, and she's like, "Are you Donte?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I put that shit back in. And I'm like, "I don't know, I'm burnt out." It was a good experience, but I think if I had to choose in between ClayCon West or NCECA, I would choose NCECA if it was closer. Only because there's more to do and it's less concentrated. There's more things to go about. Yeah. But there's only like 3 options at ClayCon West. And all 3 of them are like sit and listen. Yeah. You know?
It seems like ClayCon West would be good if you had, kind of like what you were saying, if you have an artist that you specifically want to pick their brain about. Because it is so much more of a close, like small, like group of people going. I mean, 400 people is still a decent number of people. Right. But it's like, the likelihood that I would be able to speak with Jordu Shell for more than 30 seconds at NCECA, you know, it's like, you know, versus ClayCon West, it's like I feel like I would have been much more able and likely to have more of a conversation at a smaller event compared to NCECA. Did you have specific goals like for, I mean, because I know we kind of like, when we were both talking about going to ClayCon West, part of it was because it's like, oh, well, we went to NCECA. We kind of heard what that's about. What's this ClayCon West about? Because Nico was like, y'all got to go to ClayCon West. Yeah. You know, Nico is our
handler.
Yeah. Our con mom. Yeah. Sort of. She's a wonderful person who, she's one of the people who wrangles all the cats together to get, the house that Donte and would have been me to, you know, go in.
She just has so many connections in the clay world. Like, she knows everybody, right? Yeah. So she has so many connections that we've become, I don't know how this happened, because it's slowly becoming reality. What? We're in the cool house.
Are we?
I don't think there's another house like us. Like,
I know, there's more houses at NCECA. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I
walked around and I was like...
At NCECA, yeah, they had a whole, like, Potters of Color house.
No, but I didn't see that here, though.
At ClayCon West. Right. Gotcha.
I mean, specifically for this one. Yeah, I don't think there are a lot of houses, but I think all the houses are interconnected, of course.
Do we have a sorting ceremony to determine what house you go to? We're House Nico.
We're House Nico.
We're House Nico in April.
Yeah. April was there. Oh, for sure.
I'm so sad.
I feel bad because I don't remember all their names, but when I see them, I'm like, oh, I know you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they brought their little trinkets and... I didn't bring mine.
Oh, like little things to trade?
Yes. Yeah. They brought their little, basically, pottery trading cards, right? And...
Oh, yeah, you were going to make the pottery trading cards.
Oh, mine died.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm curious.
They died.
What happened?
I happened.
What did you do?
I used them for glaze experiments.
Oh, Donte.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Were you going to use them for experiments and then hope to still bring them? Or did you use them for experiments and then they just failed so hard that...
That one. Oh, the second one. I was like, these will turn out fine. And then they didn't.
Oh, no.
And then they didn't. Oh. And that's basically what happened. Nico was even like, where's your stuff? And I was like, they failed.
Oh. Yeah. So in case y'all listeners don't remember, because I think we only kind of mentioned it briefly before, but you were basically making... Pokemon card style or magic card
for like potters.
For potters. So you were making like Donte Earth Nation ceramics cards. Well, you know what? Maybe for NCECA next year, because it's going to be in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah, Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah. Which there is some worry about it, because a lot of people are like, well, if you have to choose one or the other, ClayCon West or NCECA, they're basically in the same state right now. Yeah. So people who are coming in are like, well, you know, so the occupancy for ClayCon West is it's rumored that it's expected to go down, but not because...
Oh, yeah, not
one's
because
better than the other.
Right, it's just because they're both in the same state.
Exactly.
Yeah. And normally, ClayCon West kind of fills a different niche than in Sika.
Yeah, ClayCon West is much more intimate, I will say. I was talking to the owners, and they were like, yeah, we might stop at like 600 people.
Nice.
Like 600, we might cap it at like 600.
Yeah.
We don't want it to get big. We want it to be... We want it to feel kind of cozy and, you know, interconnected. And it seems to me like ClayCon West is more like... Like, if me and you didn't live next to each other, you know, we would go there to meet up once a year and, like, hang out, shit like that. And that's how it feels.
That's cool.
In Sika, it kind of feels more like a bigger, more extravagant, like a mall worth of ceramic art. You know, where, like, you walk into a store in the mall and they offer these things and there's a brand of things and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And it was enjoyable, but I will say most of the things I went there for didn't happen.
What were you going there for?
Well, I was really hoping that the representative of Amico would be there so I could talk to her, the one that I usually talk to.
Oh, yeah.
She was not there.
Aww.
I was really hoping that the Clayscapes would be there.
Oh, yeah.
They were not there.
Oh, I love Clayscapes.
I was really hoping that Tim C would go.
Yeah.
Tim C did not go. He's got his own stuff to worry about. You know, and so...
And then you had some specific questions that you wanted to ask, like some like clay chemistry questions too, right?
Yeah, I was hoping that there'd be some form of clay or glaze chemist there. So, because I'm not like super good at making glaze. I'm good enough to know what makes a good glaze, but I'm not good enough at chemistry to know the interactions in the kiln to be like, oh, clearly this happens because of this.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, I'm just smart enough to like look at a chart and understand what chemical does what and to know what parameters they need to be in to make a good functional glaze. That's pretty much it, right? And so I was kind of hoping that I would meet someone and I would sit down with them and like really talk about it. The person from Aardvark, I think her name is Andrea. Thank you very much. You're a fantastic person. Gave me the contact for like their clay chemist, their clay person, who loves to talk about stuff like I do, and he just never answered.
Oh.
She gave me his Instagram, and I was like, he's not going to answer. If he's like me, I only answer because I have a social media presence.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy is probably deep in his work.
Yeah.
He's not going to answer. And I basically felt like I was going because I wanted to get some form of information that would help my work. I didn't get much of it, as you know. Yeah. And then you weren't there.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. You need to take care of yourself first and foremost. But I did. There was definitely a sort of like, oh, Donte's out of energy. Yeah. Social energy. Yeah. He's going to put his headphones on. And it was stacked. So the first day I was okay. No, actually I wasn't. The first day I got up at 3 to get on the flight.
Oh, God.
At like 5:30 or whatever. Yeah. And then we flew in, and then we went to the grocery store, and we set up our bags and everything. And by the time I got to the convention, it was 1 p.m. And then we went to the grocery store and picked up $700 worth of groceries. Ooh! It was a lot. I told him it was a lot.
Well, that makes sense, like, because y'all had, what, like 13 people in the house? Something like that?
Every meal for them.
Oh, my God, Donte.
Every single meal for them.
Jeez!
Which it's not a good or a bad thing, but because I was cooking all of the food and I kind of knew in my head that, like, I'm just going to cook for them. Yeah. Because I have nothing else to do. And I'm a service kind of guy. You know, like, I need to physically do something. Yeah. I was like, I can already tell this is too much food. As a person who orders food, as one of the chefs who orders the majority of the food at the restaurant that I work at right now, I could tell by how much I order and how many people I need to feed, how much food is going to be wasted. Too much food. It's just too much food. Yeah. So we left a good amount of snacky food there. Like, we left some of it and then we give some to people that wanted some. So none of the food went to waste. But I'll tell you what, if I was working at Airbnb, I would go in the day after the people and I would be like, look at all this free.
Just take all the food.
All free 99 food. I left like a family-sized bag of Crustex waffle mix in there.
Oh my God.
It was, and I told him too. I was like, I don't need this much waffle mix. And we're only going to eat pancakes for like 2 days max. And they're like, no, get the family-sized. And I was like, okay, all right.
Oh, that's funny.
We left like 30 pounds in there still. Jeez. It was well, not 30 pounds. But it was like a 10-pound bag. Yeah. We left like 7 pounds probably.
Dang, still a 10-pound? That's a lot of waffle mix.
I know. I was there.
Damn.
It was a lot.
Admittedly though, like waffles, afternoon waffles with like peanut butter on them is like one of my favorite snacks.
I refuse to eat waffles without some type of fruit syrup and form of protein. I refuse. And preferably not sausage. This is gonna sound messed. I prefer chicken and waffles if I'm gonna eat waffles.
So good.
Yeah, I almost, and even like grilled chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be like
fried chicken.
It doesn't have to be any other form of chicken. I just need, not boiled chicken, of course, but I need some sort of like.
It's boiling chicken.
I used to eat boiled chicken in the dark days when that girl broke up with me. I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like,
oh dang! So you went hard.
I was like, I'm gonna flip the switch.
Woo!
And I ate boiled chicken, rice. I chugged milk.
Wow.
And I was 180 of pure. I miss that monster.
You know what? I think you are a much healthier version of yourself now.
No, I miss toxic Donte.
Nah.
I miss run.
Did you say Donte?
Donte West.
Oh my god.
He was not a good person, but he was strong.
Okay.
The jump was crazy. The vertical was insane on Donte.
I believe it, but I'm glad you're not like that.
Yeah, I was not that.
We probably wouldn't be friends.
It's fair.
Yeah.
You're just much more toxic.
Yeah.
Overall, ClayCon West is pretty good. I just think I didn't have the infrastructure that I usually build around me to make myself comfortable at events.
That's a really good way of putting it, actually.
Because I don't think it was bad. I didn't have the tools necessary to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That seems like that's a good thing to consider if like folks are trying to decide whether to go to ClayCon West or Nsika.
Yeah.
It's because it's like because again, like I think even when we went to Nsika, we would not have had as good of a time as we had if we didn't have that social structure around us
100%.
of like the house and like basically like having a network of friends like right there who were basically like, okay, we're going here now, and we're like, okay, you know, just following along.
I'm telling you, I think we're in the cool house.
I mean, that sounds a little. I will say that
it sounds like the other houses suck, but I think we're just in like a main house.
That's so exciting.
I think we're in like Gryffindor is what I'm saying.
Yo, I don't want to be. I'm a proud Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff life.
I don't know.
Badgers and yellow and shit.
Yellow.
Oh my god, that's right. You hate yellow, don't you?
Sucks as a color.
Yellow's great.
If I get like a woo yellow, like a deep dark yellow.
Oh yeah,
fine.
woo yellow's good.
But like stoplight or highlighter yellow.
Nah.
Ass.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Mustard yellow is my favorite. Like
really?
or like yellow ochre.
Yeah, I'll take that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Some type of like iron yellow. You know what I mean?
Actually, the color that yellow iron oxide is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
Like that color mixed with like, or not mixed with, but like my favorite like color combo is like that yellow of of yellow iron oxide yellow, and then teal, and then like maroon are like those three colors together is.
So it sounds like a dangerous hornet.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if those colors were on an animal, you would not want to.
Not go near it. No,
yeah,
definitely not.
Nah,
bright and dark colors together.
Nah.
No, thank you, Jesus.
Red and yellow kills a fellow. Red and black, venom lack. That's how you tell the difference between a king snake and a cobra snake.
I just don't fuck with nature like that.
Yeah.
I just feel like
that's true.
Anytime there's a TV show with usually a specific type of person who's like, let's touch the danger. I'm like, no, what are you doing?
Don't touch the danger.
Come on, gang, let's go into the haunted house. I'm the only person to be like, nah.
Well, no, you're half black.
I'm gonna get in the truck and I'm gonna stay there. I feel like that's just a sane person thing.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I don't know if that's.
I would be the one reading Latin out of the spooky book.
I'd have to come get your ass.
I know. Oh, sorry.
And I'm gonna die first. I'm gonna hold the door open. And like everybody will escape, but I'll get caught.
Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door! And that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of The Mud Peddlers. We would love to hear from you, so if you want to share your thoughts about the episodes or just see what Donte and I are working on in our studios, come say hi. You can find links to my social media at lindseymdillon.com. That's LINDSEY, M as in monster, DILLON.com.
And you can visit my pottery shop or see what I'm working on at earthnationceramics.com. And you can find me all over social media at Earth Nation Ceramics. It's spelled exactly how you think it's spelled.
And if you want to support the show, hear some bonus episodes, and see some behind the scenes of my work, you can support me and the show at patreon.com/Lindsey M Dillon. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time.